Aspirants, welcome to Vishwama AS Academy. Economic ചാപ്റ്ററുടെ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ എക്കണോമിക് സബ്ജക്റ്റിൻ്റെ നാച്ചുറൽ റിസോഴ്സസ് എന്ന ടോപ്പിക്കാണ് ഇന്നത്തേത്. ഫസ്റ്റ് വൺ ഈസ് ലാൻഡ്. ദ ടോട്ടൽ ലാൻഡ് ഏരിയ ഇൻ ഇന്ത്യ ഈസ് 329 million hectares. Land classification is only available for 306 million hectares. ഇതിന് മുന്നിലുള്ള പോർഷൻസൊക്കെ എക്കണോമിക്സ് എന്ന പ്ലേലിസ്റ്റിൽ എൻ്റെ യൂട്യൂബ് ചാനലിൽ ഉണ്ടാവും. നിങ്ങൾക്കത് യൂസ്ഫുൾ ആകുമെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. യൂസ്ഫുൾ ആണെങ്കിൽ ചാനൽ സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യുക. നെക്സ്റ്റ് 14% എന്നുള്ളത് ബാരൽ ലാൻഡാണ്. ലാൻഡ് ക്ലാസിഫിക്കേഷൻ ഈസ് ഓൺലി അവൈലബിൾ ഫോർ 306 million hectares. പക്ഷേ ടോട്ടൽ ലാൻഡ് ഏരിയ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് 329 million hectares ആണ്. അതിൽ 14% എന്നുള്ളത് ബാരൻ ലാൻഡ്. ഇറ്റ് ഇൻക്ലൂഡ്സ് നോൺ അഗ്രികൾച്ചറൽ യൂസ്, മൗണ്ടൻസ്, ഡെസേർട്സ്, റോഡ്സ്, റെയിൽവേസ്, കനാൽസ് ആൻഡ് ഡാംസ്. Next, forest is 23%, grazing land is 3%, cultivable wasteland is 4%. That is those lands which are not used for agriculture purpose for the past 5 years. That is cultivable wasteland. Fallow land is not cultivated for 1 to 5 years. Next, agricultural land is 46%. This is the overall information about land. Next is water resources. Average annual rainfall in India is 1100 m. Availability in cubic meters, that is 813 billion cubic meter. Next, irrigation purpose 688, drinking 56, industry 12, energy 5, others is 52. Next is energy resources. In India we use thermal energy is in large scale, that is 67% of total energy. In India, total reserve of coal is 221 billion tons. Total workable reserve is 180 billion tons. Next is oil and natural gas. First one is petrol. It is the largest import item of India, which accounts for 31.7 or approximately 32% of total import. That is 1/3. Next, 734 million tons of oil and 750 billion cubic meters of natural gas. And the nuclear power is 3%. Next is planning. Early attempts of planning in India. Indian National Congress set up a National Planning Committee under the chairmanship of Jawaharlal Nehru in 1938. After independence, 8 industrialists of Bombay proposed the Bombay Plan. അപ്പോൾ Indian National Congress ആണ് National Planning Committee സെറ്റപ്പ് ചെയ്തത്. The chairman is Jawaharlal Nehru and the year is 1938. Shriman Narayan developed the Gandhian Plan. Jayaprakash Narayan formulated the Sarvodaya Plan. M.N. Roy proposed People's Plan. The Planning Commission of India was set up on 15th March 1950. Two schools of thought ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. First is Gandhian model of development and Jawaharlal Nehru development. Jawaharlal Nehru development supports establishment of large scale industries, and Gandhian model supports or he gives importance to cottage industries and rural people. And let us see about 5-year plans in India. It is very, very important. First 5-year plan is Harod-Domar model, that is from 1951 to 1956. അപ്പോൾ 1951 ആണ് ഇതിൻ്റെ സ്റ്റാർട്ടിങ് എന്ന് ഓർത്ത് വയ്ക്കുക. The important was it is giving the special care or importance for agriculture. Target is 2.1% growth rate. Achievement is 3.6%. Highest achievement in terms of this is so far in all plans. Second 5-year plan from 1956 to 1961, the consecutive years, Mahalanobis model. It gives importance for heavy industries, example iron and steel industries, those industries which are helping for this. Target is 4.7%. Achievement is 4.2%. Heavy industries are like iron and steel industries are helping for the growth of small industry. During this period, steel plants of Bhilai, Durgapur, Rourkela was started. Next is third 5-year plan, that is 1961 to 1966. The aim is self-sustaining growth. അതായത് മറ്റുള്ളവരെ ആശ്രയിക്കാതെ ഗ്രോത്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നതിനാണ് സെൽഫ് സസ്റ്റൈനിങ് ഗ്രോത്ത് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. Highest volume of trade of India with America. Target is 5.6%. Achievement is 2.4%. So, എല്ലാറ്റിലും ടാർഗറ്റ് ആൻഡ് അച്ചീവ്മെൻറ്റ് സെപ്പറേറ്റ് കണക്കിൽ കൊടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. റീസൺ ഫോർ ദ റിഡക്ഷൻ ഇൻ അച്ചീവ്മെൻറ്റ് കമ്പയറിംഗ് ടു ഫസ്റ്റ് 5-year plan and second 5-year plan is Indo-China War happened in 1962. Indo-Pakistan War in 1965. Also, fourth 5-year plan occurs in 1969 to 1964. So there is a gap between 1966 to 1969, that is plan holiday. 3 annual plans were introduced. Fourth 5-year plan is 1969 to 1974. The objective is growth with stability and progress towards self-reliance. The target is 5.6%. Achievement is 3.3%. Fifth 5-year plan from 1974 to 1978. The plan was closed before 1 year due to Janata government, that is Morarji Desai government, coming into power. In this plan, Indira Gandhi proposed Garibi Hatao, that is eradicate poverty. Garibi means poverty, Hatao means eradicate. That is a Hindi word. Objective is growth with social justice. That is important. And the target is 4.4%. Achievement is 5%. Janata government introduced rolling plan in 1978. But when Congress government again came to power in 1980, it dismissed the rolling plan and introduced 6th 5-year plan. And that is the period 1980 to 1985. And the objective of 6th 5-year plan, it containing poverty and expanding poverty. I mean, here the objective is to reducing poverty. Since she proposed Garibi Hatao, it is the aim for eradicating poverty. So the objective is reducing poverty, and the line is mistaken here. And the target is 5.2%. Achievement is 5.4%. Next objective of 7th 5-year plan of 1985 to 1990 is growth, self-reliance, modernization and social justice. The target is for 5% and they achieved for 6.01%. Next, 8th 5-year plan 1992 to 1997. Frequent political change in center, that is the reason for 2 years gap from 1990 to 1992. And the objective is human development. Target is 5.6%. Achievement is 6.7%. Next, 9th 5-year plan. It is from 1997 to 2002. The objective is growth with social justice and equality. The target is 7% and the achievement is 5.35%. 10th 5-year plan is 2002 to 2007. The objective is inclusive growth. Target is 8%. Achievement is 7.6%. 11th 5-year plan from 2011 to 2012. Objective is towards faster and more inclusive growth. Target is 9% and achievement is 8%. Next is 12th 5-year plan. It is from 2012 to 2015. The target is 9%. Objective faster, more inclusive, sustainable growth. Next is Niti Aayog, National Institution of Transforming India, and the full form of Niti Aayog. It came into existence on January 1st, 2015. After Narendra Modi government, the chairman is PM. First deputy chairman is Aravind Pranakya. And next is PSU, that is public sector enterprises or public sector units. And why a unit should start by public sector? Because the responsibility of economic development of country rests with the government. Huge investment can be done only by government. Public services can only provided by government. Public sector we can divide into two manner, that is profit making and loss making. Disinvestment of public sector unit, that is taking back the government shares from the public sector undertaking and selling to private liars. That is disinvestment of public sector unit, that is it is profit making. The government shares from public sector ne, that is PSU. PSUയുടെ ഗവൺമെൻറ് ഷെയർസിനെ എടുത്തിട്ട് പ്രൈവറ്റ് സെക്ടേഴ്സിന് സെല് ചെയ്യുന്നതാണ് ഡിസ്ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ്മെൻറ്റ് ഓഫ് PSU. റീസൺസ് ഫോർ ലോസ് ഇൻ PSU എന്താണ്? ഡിലേ ഇൻ കംപ്ലീഷൻ ആൻഡ് ഇൻക്രീസ് ഇൻ കോസ്റ്റ് ഓഫ് കൺസ്ട്രക്ഷൻ. That is, normally private layers price more in government products, so the price is increases. The government productsനെക്കാളും പ്രൈവറ്റ് ലെയേഴ്സിലുള്ള പ്രൈസ് കൂടുതലായിരിക്കും, അത് കാരണം അവിടെ പ്രൈസ് ഇൻക്രീസ് ഉണ്ടാകുന്നുണ്ട്. That is the reason for increase in cost of construction and there is delay in completion. Next, over capitalization, pricing policy, that is not maximizing profit. It is influenced by government policies. Next is underutilization of capacity, excess of manpower, inefficient management. These are the reasons for loss in PSU. Next is LPG, that is liberalization, privatization, globalization. Liberalization means free or ease of trade, that is liberal means free, and reduction of control mechanism. In India, LPG was introduced in 1991 during Narasimha Rao time and the finance ministry is Manmohan Singh. After 1991, introduction of LPG, that is liberalization, privatization and globalization in the time of government of Narasimha Rao and the finance minister Manmohan Singh, who approved, as I said. 1991 ശേഷമാണ് ഇത് introduce ചെയ്തത്. And in liberalization, it helps to reduce the restrictions of foreign trade and also to reduce the restrictions of licensing of domestic goods. അപ്പോൾ licensing of domestic goods restrictions reduce ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. Next, privatization. Those industries earlier resolved for only under government control were even given to private parties. That is allowing private sectors or private players traditionally in public sector privatization എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. Next is globalization, opening Indian market to foreign countries and promoting Indian products in foreign markets. That is global. You can understand it from the word global, that is around the world, that is foreign countries, and promoting Indian products in foreign markets. അപ്പോൾ ഇത്രയാണ് പ്രീലിമിനറി ബേസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള ബേസിക് ഔട്ട്ലൈൻ ഓഫ് എക്കണോമിക്സ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ഇനി ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ളത് എന്തെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഞാൻ നെക്സ്റ്റ് വീഡിയോയിൽ അത് പോസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാം. Until then, I am signing off. Thank you.